I feel like I have arrived, guys. I have arrived. I have my very first Chanel beauty. Can you believe it? This is my very first. I am a Chanel noob, but I picked up a few pieces on the brand new Chanel Fall 2024 collection. I do have a spoilers video out there already where we walked through a lot of the things that are going to be in this collection, and now I finally have the goodies in my hands. So we're going to do a little try on today and a review. And if all of that interests you, stick around and we're going to dive right on it. So welcome, guys. If you are new here, I am Cher. So in general, I cover a lot of different beauty here. I do some vlogs, and I also really focus a lot on beauty boxes too, like beauty subscription boxes and whatnot. But there's some brands and lines that I like to highlight also. I cover a lot of spoilers for the boxes, but then things like Chanel, Dior, you know, especially luxury lines, and just some of my favorites. I like to highlight those in spoilers also. And then as they catch my eye, I pick some up and we do some reviews here. And so luxury is kind of something I've been really getting into more. I wouldn't consider myself just a pure luxury blogger, but it is one of my new passions. It's kind of like once you start dabbling in it, it's hard to go back. My bank account disagrees, but but I love to follow my passions, and I had to get Chanel. I've wanted to for so long, and one of the reasons I haven't is just because the way Chanel does things, they're very exclusive, and so you have to find a boutique sometimes and find a personal shopper. And I don't live in a big city where I have access to that. And so by the time some of these products drop online where I can access them or in stores, it's late. It's like 3 months later, especially behind Europe and some of the other folks that have already previewed it. And some of the excitement just kind of wears off by then. I don't know. I mean, I'm always happy to get it at any time. So that's part of why I feel like some of the other luxury brands I can access faster than Chanel for me personally. So, but I finally just was like, I'm just going to do it. And I actually ordered through Harrods, through the UK. As soon as I saw it, that was the first link I was able to get it through. And so I went ahead and went for it. I'm not sure if it got here faster by doing it that way than if I had just waited for it to be available in the US and ordered it. I'm not sure. It definitely took several weeks after I ordered it, and it certainly took several weeks. You know, I was already seeing people in the UK, you know, posting theirs. So that's the bummer, is that we're always behind Europe here in the US, but I'm happy I have it in my hands now. I will link the spoilers video for you in case you haven't seen it yet. You can kind of browse through what all was going to be in it. I did not pick up everything on the line. I kind of focused on what really appealed to me. And so it was a little quirky this time. This was an unusual drop, and maybe that's why I kind of went for it. So we have these more, I think, very fitting for Halloween colors. I think this is sort of a love it or hate it kind of line going on right now. So anyway, this is Divination. So this was the one that was more with the purple and the green. And then there was another palette as well. I felt like that one was just a little bit more standard, not as unique as this one. So that's why I focus more on this one. And this is their typical little 4 pan, what's it called usually? Les Four Ombre. So then you had a couple of blushes that went with each, you know, of the palettes, and I had to pick up the lavender one. So what I really want to do today is I want to not only try this on, but I'd like to compare it to some of the other recent lavender blushes. Lavender has been all the rage recently, especially in luxury beauty, I feel like. The Dior Pink Lilac blush, as well as the new YSL Make Me Blush liquid blushes, the lavender shade one. So I thought maybe we can kind of compare these lavender ones and see what I think between these three. So I'm going to start off more with trying on the eyeshadow palette and the blush. But first, I also picked up a nail color. So there were 2 nail colors, I believe. I just got one. This was Spirutuelle, and which was number 187. This was more of the true fall one, in my opinion, like that brown color, which is not one I tend to wear in nails, but I was really curious. I felt like I would probably wear it more than the other one. The other one was, I don't want to say it was black. It was kind of like, was it like pewter, silvery? Like I did kind of go back and forth on it, but I do tend to wear a lot more warm tones in the fall. So I thought this one would actually probably be a better color for me. And so I'm dying to try out the nail color and see how it does. You know, I may start off actually trying out the nail polish first so that as we're doing our makeup, my nails look decent, because I have on nail polish, but you know, you can see all the dust and dirt from other makeup on my fingertips when I have this light of nails, and they don't look good. I'm not somebody who wears really long nails. I will let you know that. I can't work and function with them. So I don't have the best model nails for you, but I still really want to try out how well this nail polish does. And I'm actually probably a great candidate to test this because nail polish never lasts on me. I can get it to work for about a day because of all of the cleaning I do, the makeup I do, the unboxings. I do a lot of unboxings here on the channel and a lot of makeup try-ons, and so my hands are just constantly getting scuffed and broken, and even when I get them done at the salon, they don't hold up very long. And so, but I do find that luxury nail polishes work better and are longer lasting on me. So I'm going to start off with this one, and then we'll work on the makeup, and then we'll do a little comparisons too. All right, guys, I thought I'd bring you along and let's see how this goes. Oh, okay, so we pull it off and here is a cap under it. Oh, wow. Gorgeous. I love how this goes on. All right, so here's our finished product here. I will tell you guys, I am not a nail person. I'm not good at doing my nails. But I have to say, I mean, just the quality on this, it almost makes it easy for a noob like me who does not do good nails. Also, I want to go ahead and tell you guys, I'm sorry about the lighting. I have had comments in the past, especially on some of my luxury ones where I was doing swatches and stuff, that sometimes it turned things a little yellow and was hard to pick up on the subtle nuances. I'm really working to try to figure out my lighting, but as you can see, this lighting's like making these spotches, and no matter what I do, I can't get it figured out. But I can't turn my vanity off because it's too dark. I've got natural light coming in, so sorry guys, I am really working as hard as I can to try to get the lighting right for you to be able to really see. But anyway, I just wanted to mention that. So yeah, I love this nail polish. It goes on very thick and smooth, and really you don't make a whole lot of mistakes, even with my terrible efforts. I love this color. I think it's great for fall, and yeah, I'm gonna love it. It might be worth it to do luxury polish, even like OPI and some of those brands that you pick up at sometimes at the drugstore or other places that are supposed to be still a little more quality, still don't compare to this, in my opinion. Like, I can just tell that this is spot on. So I guess I won't be able to do a wear test for you right away. Maybe be looking in my shorts to see how long it held up, if it lasts for more than a day for me, but I feel like this is going to hold up a lot longer for me than my typical nail polish that I get. So really happy with it. Let's move on now though to the eyeshadow. So it's definitely kind of an eclectic maybe collection, or an odd collection. I have not watched everybody else's reviews, by the way, but I did see, you know, comments on subtitles, and when people were doing, you know, purchase or past style videos on it. I think it's kind of been the common comment is this is such an odd collection, but this is truly, to me, appropriate for this season because we have spooky season coming. We have October, and I think though maybe luxury lines, You're not always doing the wild, colorful looks like you do with other lines, but I think it's spot on for fall because you do have that spooky season component of fall. And so this was actually a very artistically inspired collection because it's based on Gabrielle Chanel's tarot cards. Supposedly, it's inspired by in her apartment in basically in Paris in Rue, I know I'm not going to say this right, Rue Cambon. And there were tarot cards, I guess, she'd slide under her desk blotter. And so it's supposed to be based off that. And I think if I heard correctly, I think that Chanel, like Coco Chanel, was very spiritual and into like tarot and, you know, the whole mysterious world too. So I think it's stemming from all of this inspiration. And so I think this color story is interesting, you know, for the fall line, for basically for Halloween, in my opinion. If there was ever a time to do it, it would be this time of year. Now, this is supposed to be a fall and winter collection, I guess, so moving you into winter. So like if we look at this, this particular eyeshadow that I got, definitely feels Halloween to me, but I could almost see moving into a winter, like I'm picturing me wearing these shades in Game of Thrones in the winter is coming, like fighting off the the north, you know. Now you might think more blues and icy for that, but still, like I feel like I'd be this very muted, luxurious Game of Thrones ice monster creature with some gorgeous eyeshadow. I don't know, like I can see it. I can see it with the inspiration. It is supposed to help you connect with the most enigmatic parts of yourself. That was kind of their theme with Chanel. And so enigmatic just basically means mysterious. So embrace your mystery for spooky season, I think. And of course, there was the whole other line too that I did, or the other color story that I didn't pick up. There's also the lipsticks, the liquid lips, I think it was, and I didn't end up getting any of those. I'm not a huge liquid lipstick person. And I decided I'm not going to pay $195 for the other lipsticks that just came out that absolutely look gorgeous, but I just don't think I'm going to make the $195 stretch. Personally. But let me know if any of you are picking that one up. I mean, those lipsticks were like, oh my gosh, they had the embossing, the Chanel embossing on them. I mean, they just looked stunning up close. They had the most incredible picture on their Instagram, and it was to die for. But yeah, I'm probably not going to spend $195. With my luck, I'd lose that lipstick or it'd break. I have to get it like enshrined and then never use it, right? So anyway, let's get started with the eyeshadow. So I got some different brushes out because I don't do these little applicator, like they're useless. Just gonna let y'all know, terrible brushes. So somebody had pointed that out too, I think on my Dior spoilers, like what's up with the the little Avon applicators in a lot of these luxury lines. I'm like, yes, I agree. I feel like we should be taking after like ABH and Sigma with their amazing brushes that come with the palettes. But I do understand that you got to fit in really small ones with these smaller palettes. But yeah, so I'm going in with a fluffy brush. And what do we want to do? So we have kind of that mustard yellow, a green, like a lavender, and a little bit deeper lavender. So I'm going to start off with that yellow mustardy color, and I'm going to use a fluffy brush. I'm going to use my mirror in my little Chanel, but we'll see how that goes. With this being my very first, let me get up closer to you to see. With my being my very first Chanel, I'm just trying to get a feel for what the eyeshadow is like. It's barely showing up on my skin. I am just bringing this kind of over my lid in a transition color arch. I love that color though. It is perfect for fall. how do I feel about the blend? Like, I don't know, compared to, I have so many eyeshadow palettes that I honestly feel like there are other palettes that blend just as well or better, but let's keep seeing how it's gonna go. Okay, start off with, here we are. I really love that. I feel like it's already kind of screaming fall, like I'm gonna hang out at the graveyards. Just very like, I don't know. I'm loving like the artistic inspiration here. I'm gonna take a little bit smaller fluffy brush and I am going to pop it right here with this darker color, and I'm gonna put that kind of on my outer V edges. I'm not really sure what I'm doing, guys. I just want to kind of play with all four of the colors for you somehow and create some kind of look and get a feel for it. And of course, you know, they're all mattes. So they do, like, I don't feel like they're very patchy, but if you've been around my channel, you'll know that I am not really a matte kind of girl. I am a sparkles and shimmers. So for me, it's like, ooh, but it's Chanel. I am also going to bring this under my eyes a little bit. I really want the purple underneath. Yes, I'm definitely feeling the late October vibes here. This is really pretty. I like how the colors going together. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pop in the lighter lavender color now, right there, with a flatter packing brush. And put this on most of the lid. Oh, pretty how it blends into the darker purple. That's really beautiful. Now, just because I want to use all of the colors for you guys, I'm going to pop in a little touch of that green in my inner corner area. I'll do it still with the flat brush, but then I might go in with an inner corner brush if it's too hard. And there we go. We have a little pop of the green going. And just blend that in. That green is a little more subtle, you know, it's not screaming like really loud lime green. It's just subtle enough to make everything, all of these colors go well, I think. All right, we have used all of the colors in the palette. A little mix of everything. Definitely got the witchy vibes going on, the spooky vibes. I'm going to put a little bit of eyeliner and mascara on top of that and touch up under the eyes a little too. And I will be right back and we'll talk about it. All right, guys, here it is with eyeliner. I feel like with this kind of look, you could go a lot heavier and smokier and darker on your eyeliner. I might even pop in a little more green under here. Does that make any difference at all? Maybe even a little touch of the mustard, just to bring it all together. Okay, so definitely this is not your typical look, I think, in luxury. This is for witchy vibes. This is your spooky, mysterious Halloween all the way. So I can see why it's kind of love or hate in the luxury community. Now, I think the colors go together so well. I think it gives that perfect artistic vibe they're looking for. As far as my review, this is my first Chanel palette and makeup ever. So I can't compare it to other Chanel makeup. And it's all matte, and I'm a shimmer girl. As far as the mattes go, not too bad for the price. You're paying for the Chanel name, I think. I'm just going to be honest. But you guys, I review a lot of eyeshadow palettes. I review a lot of makeup, not just luxury. You know, it's Chanel, so I want to own it. But do I think that you can get this look from an e.l.f. bite-size squad with these pretty colors? Create a similar look? Yeah. And quality, you know, it might be a little better quality than that, but I would not say that, you know, on the price that it's more high quality than, I mean, honestly, like, this is not as good as Sigma to me by any means. So I'm sorry, but I want to give you guys my honest review on the formula. So I think it's okay. It's not like spotchy and patchy and terrible to blend and all of that, but I think that I've had better. That sounded bad, didn't it? I've had better. But I love the inspiration of the look. I love the aesthetics of it, and I love just, you know, the packaging, and it's bougie and luxury, and it's, yeah. So if you're a luxury lover and you just love owning and collecting Chanel, I feel like this is the one you want to get because it's so unique and really does tell a story and evoke those vibes that they're going for. It's going to be perfect, like mysterious Paris in the graveyards. Like, yeah, I mean, it really does evoke that. But now let's try the blush. Okay, guys, so similar with the brush, it actually comes with this little brush, which looks very fancy, but not one that will probably work for me. And I do want to kind of show you guys, they come in these gorgeous little luxurious bags inside the box. The palettes came in these, and then the brush was inside this one. So I do love the packaging, and I hate to waste the brushes, but those are usually a complete waste to me. I mean, I guess I could attempt it for the first try, and we'll see how the brush does, but I'm probably going to use my own blush brush. So here is our lilac one. I love this. The official name of this one, it's Les Terreaux de Chanel, and it is in the shade Lavender, and it is matte. For some reason, when I first saw it, I was thinking that was like a shell. It's tarot cards. That is crazy. I love that. I love how it has it embossed on it. Okay, so I'll give the brush a shot, but yeah, no. I mean, if you're desperate and you're traveling and you want to take that with you, sure, but no. It's really not even showing up on me, is it? Lavender blushes don't show up on me that well, but it is enough to just give you that subtle hue of lavender from underneath. Yeah, so you can see it showing up in my skin, but it's very, very subtle and light. I may need to reapply my contour a little bit. I feel like everything's washed me out. And also, I had on the pink lilac lips today. I thought it would go with it, but it's almost a little too pink. So I may do something different for my lips real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, I went a little more very neutral and light, but then I'm going to pop on the pink lilac lip oil. So I'm actually going to apply just a little bit more just to really pack on. See if we can get any more purple out of that. It's probably about the most we're gonna get. Okay, so I think this is our final look with what we had on today. So yeah, the lilac or lavender, I mean, it really doesn't show up much on me, but it does give this kind of subtle light purpley hue, almost like I'm wearing like a purple setting powder or something there, to give a contribution to those vibes. I should have seen what lip products they had. If there was a lavender one or something, I can't remember, that would have gone with all of this. So I just put on other lips that were a lot more neutral to kind of match a little better. But yeah, so this is the final look. I think it looks so good with like the smoky, kind of a smokier eyes. Throw on some lashes and you're gonna have a very sexy witch vibes look from this, but in a very bougie, luxurious way. So really do like that a lot. And I'm so excited I own some Chanel. Woo! All right, so now the last thing I want to do is compare the blushes. So I've removed a little bit of my blush over on this side and I kept this side. So this is still our Chanel. I'm going to maybe try Dior up against it. So here is a comparison of the two. So here is Chanel and here is Dior. Now keep in mind Dior looks a lot more pigmented in the pan, but it does come off really subtle on the face and more of a lavender color. It looks really bright on here. So let's see how they look compared to each other. I am going to now apply the Dior Pink Lilac, and this was number 63 Pink Lilac in the Rosy Glow from Dior. And see how they look side by side. Not much difference, guys. You know, the Chanel may almost be coming through even more, but I kept building it up, so let's keep trying to build up the Pink Lilac. And the Pink Lilac might be a little more pinky. Yeah, I think the Pink Lilac has just a touch more of a pink tint to it, and the Chanel is like a true lavender. So yeah, I'm starting to see that subtle difference there. And keep in mind that like I removed some makeup over here. I feel like more of my spots are shining through though on the Dior side. Like I'm thinking that I might actually like the Chanel side better. All right, let me remove that now. I'm going to still keep the Chanel and we're going to try the YSL Lavender now against it. Now keep in mind the YSL is more liquid, whereas this is matte and a powder. All right, here is going to be our next test, the YSL Make Me Blush compared to the Chanel. Put them on the right sides of where we're going to apply them. They look like the exact same color, don't they? So this one may be a closer match. We'll see. And this is the shade number 69. It's their lavender one. So straight up, I think the YSL definitely gives you more pigment going on. And it might be just a hint darker lavender, don't you think, than this one. This one's like a really light, kind of almost chalky lavender. And this one, again, has a little pink tint to it. A pretty close match. I just love liquid blushes in general, so... Oh, also keep in mind, I have on a little pop of highlight over it too. Yeah, part of what you're seeing is a little bit of the highlight up top. This is the Natasha Denona Pixie Pastels Glow palette. So put it over here too, but it's still pretty pink, whereas it's blending into this better. I feel like the highlight just blends into that Chanel more, even more than my YSL. I really love the YSL, but I'm still feeling, I love the Chanel side of everything. So my overall thoughts then, I think I'm really in love with this blush. It's going to be subtle on me, but it's a really pretty subtle. And I think when I blend in that highlight with it, it's perfect. It's really smooth and light and flowing, and it looks gorgeous and like very luxurious. So I'm super happy with this blush. I think it's adorable and I love the embossing. I'm not going to want to wear it though, because I don't want to remove the tarot cards, you know. And then the eyeshadow, like I said before, I think it's beautiful colors that all evoke that perfect like mysterious spooky season kind of witchy vibes. Like I just think of the graveyard. Like this is like my graveyard in Scotland. I mean, right there on the eyes. So I love that. I'm just not a mattes person. And so formula wise, it's average to me formula wise, but it's Chanel, so it's bougie. And then the nail polish is amazing. Excellent quality, gorgeous color, very happy with it. So overall, I'm so happy with my first Chanel package. I would say in the future, unless there is an eyeshadow palette that just really screams to me color story wise, I will probably stick to more of their blush and nails and like other things besides eyeshadow palettes for me personally, just because having done so many palettes, like a little 4-pan all mattes is not as exciting to me for what you're paying for the price in luxury here. If I'm gonna go for a high price, I'm gonna go for something like Sigma with an incredible formula and gorgeous colors too. But I will definitely be doing more Chanel cheeks and lips and the other products and whatnot. So doesn't mean I'll never get another eyeshadow, but it's going to have to be one that really calls to me. So that wraps it up, guys. I hope this was helpful for you. Are you getting anything on the fall collection line? What do you think of this unusual line? Is it super odd to you? Would you wear it? I'd love to hear all about it. Again, I apologize for the odd lighting. I'm still trying to get that all together. But I hope that you were able to kind of get a feel for it and a good review. Regardless, make sure that you stick around because I will definitely be bringing more luxury, more collections and reviews. I love to bring you guys vlogs and spoilers. Definitely have my eye on the holiday lines, Dior specifically. So you'll want to stick around here if that interests you. Pop that subscribe and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.